Namaste. Here we go. Yoga Sutra, Book 1, Sutra 47. Namaste. Libicana Vaishara Dietyatma Prasadah. Libicana Vaishara Dietyatma Prasadah. Libicana Vaishara Dietyatma Prasadah. Ashuddhyam Varanamala Petasyam Prakang Shantamano Buddhisattvasyam Rajasatamopyam Manapiputah Savachachah Satiti Prabhaho Vaisharadyama. Almost. Okay. Ashuddhyam Varanamala Petasyam Prakang Shantamano Buddhisattvasyam Rajasatamopyam Manapiputah Savachachah Satiti Prabhaho Vaisharadyama. Rajasatamopyam. Okay. Once more. Ashuddhyam Varanamala Petasyam Prakang Shantamano Buddhisattvasyam Rajasatamopyam Manapiputah Savachachah Satiti Prabhaho Vaisharadyama. Yadang Libicang Rasyam Samate Vaisharadaya Midam Jayatem Tadang Yogino Bhavatyatma Prasado Pudalta Vishayah Gramananuroti Suputah Prajanyang Lokah. Let's see. Yadang Libicang Rasyam Samate Vaisharadhyamidam Jayate Tadang Yogino Bhavatyatma Prasado Pudalta Vishayah Gramananuroti Suputah Prajanya Lokah. Samate Yadang Libicang Rasyam Samate Vaisharadhyamidam Jayate Tadang Yogino Bhavatyatma Prasado Pudalta Vishayah Gramananuroti Suputah Prajanya Lokah. Okay, no, last section. Tatang Chokotama Prajanya Prasadama Ruhyam Ashobjyah Shochatom Chanane Maruhya. Let me just double check that here. Maybe it's good that I'm checking it. Okay. Ruhya. Okay. Tatang Chokotama Prajanya Prasadama Ruhyam Ashobjyah Shochatom Chanane Prajanya Prasadama Ruhyam Ashobjyah Shochatom Chanane Pumishita Mivam Shailasatah Sarvana Prajanya Pashyati. Pumishita Nivam Vaisham Shailasatah. Pumishita Nivam Shailasatah Sarvana Prajanya Pashyati. Almost. I kind of want to start from here. God telling me. Okay. Tatang Chokutama, Parajinya, Prasadama, Rohyam, Ashotyaha, Shochato, Janana, Pu Meshata, Nivan, Shailasataha, Saibana, Brajinyo Nupashyati. I said new instead of new, just the last section. Pu Meshata, Nivan, Shailasataha, Saibana, Brajinyo Nupashyati. Namaste. On the perfect establishment of the ultra-reflective, the spiritual transparency appears. Of the intellective essence, which is the self of illumination and is freed from the covering dirt of impurity, the transparent flow of steadfastness, not overpowered by the active and the inner energies, is the perfect establishment. When this perfect establishment of the ultra-reflective spiritual absorption is born, then comes to the yogi the spiritual transparency, that is, the clear intellective vision possessed of the sphere of the existing reality, not regarding any succession. So it has also been said, on ascending the palace of the intellective vision, the yogi who is beyond the province of compassion pities the afflicted persons like a man who, being on the height of a mountain, sees those on the ground. Second translation. Yeah, this works. Two translations. When there is the clearness of the super-reflective, internal undisturbed calm. When free from obscuration by impurity, the sattva of the thinking substance, the essence of which is light, has a pellucid steady flow, not overwhelmed by the rajas and tamas. This is the clearness. When this clearness arises in the super-reflective balanced state, then the yogin gains the internal undisturbed calm, the vision by the flash of insight, which does not pass successively through the serial order, and which has as its intended object the thing as it really is. And in this sense it has been said, as the man who has climbed the crag sees those upon the plain below, so the man of insight who has risen to the undisturbed calm of insight himself escaped from pain, beholds all creatures in their pain. Very good sutra. Okay, Veda next, thank you. Oh yeah, I took Debbie's Stotra out, so it's gonna be a lot shorter, thank you. Okay, Veda, Book 6, Hymn 3, 8 shlokas. A little bigger. Almost perfect. 샤카, 샬롬. 아그네사 구슈에서 들었다 방에 롯데장에 우루 지오틸리샤테 데바유실도엠. 아그네사 구슈에서 들었다 방에 롯데장에 우루 지오틸나샤데 지오틸나샤템 데바유실도엠. 아그네 삶 구수에서 들었다 방에 롯데장은 우루 조틸 나셨댐 나셨댐 내가 유시도엠 아그네 삶 구수에서 들었다 방에 롯데장은 우루 조틸 나셨댐 내가 유시도엠 얌 대밤 미트레너 바루너허 사조슈에 대밤 방아시 비앙자성에 말다맘하허 이제 야지냐 피허 샤샤메 샤미 필러타 드왕라 야그나예 다당샴 샤미 필러타 드왕라 야그나예 샤미 필러타 드왕 샤미 필러타 드왕라 야그나예 오케이. 이제 야지냐 피허 샤샤메 샤미 필러타 드왕라 야그나예 다당샴 에방에 짜나땀 야샤사 마주실 두이남호 뚫리남호 말땀 나샤테나 브라드르푸티허 야샤사 브라드르푸티허 나샤테 말땀 야샤사 마주실 두이남호 뚫리나 오케이 에방에 짜나땀 야샤사 마주실 두이남호 에방에 짜나땀 야샤사 마주실 두이남호 말땀 나샤테나 브라드르푸티허 브라드르푸티허 에방에 짜나땀 야샤사 마주실 두이남호 에방에 짜나땀 야샤사 마주실 두이남호 말땀 나샤테나 브라드르푸티허 수로나 야시암 드르샤티라 레방엠 비망 야데티 슈짜타스탄 앙에 티허 슈짜타스탄 야데티 드르샤티라 레방 수로나 야시암 드르샤티라 레방에 비망 야데티 슈짜타스탄 앙에 티허 해셔스바타허 슈루톰 나야마쿠토허 구뚜렁에 지드라는 본 바사틸 바네장해 바사틸 바네장해 지드라는 본 구뚜렁 나야마쿠토허 슈루토 해셔스 오케이 해셔스바타허 슈루통 나야마쿠토허 구뚜랑에 지드라는 본 바사틸바네장허 지드라는 본 해셔스바타허 슈루통 나야마쿠토허 구뚜랑에 지드라는 본 바사틸바네장허 I might need to take a break after this shloka. 해셔스바타허 슈루톰 나야마쿠토허 구뚜렁에 지드라는 본 바사틸바네장. Why I just black out right before that word? Alright, one more try and then I need medicine or else. 해셔스바타허 슈루톰 나야마쿠토허 구뚜렁에 지드라는 본 바사틸바네장. Same thing. 바사틸바네장허 해셔스바타허 슈루톰 나야마쿠토허 구뚜렁에 지드라는 본 바사틸바네장허 디그맘 지데마 마히 바이포 아시아 파사다시보 나 야마사나 성 Digamam Jidema Mahi Paipo Asian Pasadashabo Na Yamasana Ansangam Digamam Jidema Digamam Jidema Digamam Jidema Mahi Paipo Asian Pasadashabo Na Yamasana Ansangam. Moving on. Vijahamanaha Parashuna Jehovaham Derabilnam Derabayati Daru Takushat San Idasutava Prati Tadasi Shwayan Shitan Dejoyanso Nataram Tadasi Shwayan Shitan Tadashi Shwayan Chishitam Tadashi Shwayan Chishitam Tadashi Shwayan Chishitam Dejoyanso Sam Idasutavan Prati Tadashi Shwayan Chichivan Shiti Sam Idasutavan Prati Tadashi Shwayan Chichitam almost Sam Idasutavan Prati Tadashi Shwayan Chishitam Sam Idasutavan Prati Tadashi Shwayan Chishitam. Oh my god. Sam Idasutavan Prati Tadashi Shwayan Chishitam Dejo Yanson Nataram Chi okay. Sam Idasutavan Prati Tadashi Shwayan Chishitam San Idasutavan Prati Tadashi Shwayan Chishitam Dejo Yanso Nataram Chitra Trajatira Ratirion Akutol Velnam Durushadumae Rakupat Majam Hah Chitra Trajatira Rakupat Mamja Majam Hah Rakupat Majamha Rakupat Majamha Durushadumaim Akutol Velnam Chitra Jatira Ratirium Chitra Ratirium Chitra Jatiram Chitra Jatira Ratirium Chitrandaram Chitra Jatira Rati Chitra Ratira Ratirium Jatiram Chitra Jatira Rati. Oh my god. Chitra Jatira Ratirium Akutol Velnam Durushaduvaim Rakupat Majamha. I got it. Akutol Velnam. San Im Rapotna Prati Pasata Usraha Chochishwe Rarapiti Vitramaha Nakudam Yang I Marufo Yo Divine Nirana Maitio Arufo Yo Divine Nirana Maitio. I still haven't taken medicine. Nakudam Yang I Marufo Yo Divine Nirana Maitio Arufo Yo Divine Nirana Divon na Yasiam Vitatom Nabi no de Burufo Rukufo Oshati Shu Nu Note Nabi no de Burufo okay. Oshati Rukufo Divon na Yasiam Vitatom Nabi no de Burufo Nabi no de Burufo Divon na Yasiam Vitato Nabi no de Burufo Rukosha Oshati Shu Nu Note Krene na Yo Trajasangai Patmanai Yananai Rodasi Pasunai Tam Supatani Tayo Pilvangai Yo 유지의 피랄까의 미디오는 날 다 비디오트스의 피허 슈슈마이허 마이허. Oh, last one. The last shloka. 타요 필방의 용 유지어 유지의 피랄까의 미디오는 날 유지의 피랄까의 미디오는 날 유지의 피랄까의 미디오는 날 다비디오트스의 피허 슈슈마이허 다비디오트스의 피허. 타요 필방의 용 유지의 피랄까의 미디오는 유지의 피랄까의 미디오는 날 타요 필방의 용 유지의 피랄까의 미디오는 날 다비디오트스의 피허 슈슈마이허. One more. 타요 필방의 용 유지의 피랄까의 미디오는 날 다비디오트스의 피허 슈슈마이허. 샬토방의 요 마루땅은 따따끌쇼 러풀날 뜨벨쇼 라파사노 아디아우트. One more. I think I did it right. 샬토방의 요 마루땅은 따따끌쇼 러풀날 뜨벨쇼 라파사노 아디아우트. 남았었다. A little rough. I should take the medicine now because it's going to take effect 2 minutes from now. Might as well be the translation while I'm trying to get there. Today's literature reading is Kalki Purana. Hope it's not too long. Here we go. True guardian of the law, thy faithful servant wins ample light and dwells in peace, O Agni, whom thou, as Varuna, in accord with Mitra, guardest, O God, by banishing his trouble. He hath paid sacrifices, toiled in worship, and offered gifts to wealth-increasing Agni. Him the displeasure of the famous moves not, outrage and scorn affect not such a mortal. Bright God, whose look is free from stain like Surya's, thou, swift, what time thou earnestly desirest, hast gear to give us, come with joy at evening, where, child of wood, thou mayest also tarry. Fierce is his gait, and vast his wondrous body. He champeth like a horse with bit and bridle, and darting forth his tongue as toward a hatchet, burning the woods, smelteth them like a smelter. Archer-like, fain to shoot, he sets his arrow, and whets his splendor like the edge of iron. The messenger of night, with brilliant pathway, like a tree-roosting bird of rapid pinion. In beams of morn, he clothes him like the singer. In beams of morn, he clothes him like the singer, and bright as Mitra, with his splendor crackles. Red in the night by day, the man's possession, red, he belongs to man by day, immortal. Like heaven's one scattering beams, his voice was uttered. Among the plants, the radiant hero shouted. I think I'm being targeted. Whoever is doing that. Like if I can't sense energy, I am not who I am. People either underestimate me or overestimate me. They never see me as who I am. Like heaven's one scattering beams, his voice was uttered. Among the plants, the radiant hero shouted, who with his glow in rapid course came hither to fill both worlds, while wedded dames with treasure. Who, with supporting streams and rays that suit him, hath flashed like lightning with his native vigor. Like the deft maker of the band of Maruts, the bright impetuous one hath shone refulgent. Sorry about that. And like that energy is just not good energy. What can I say? Compare it to like innocent, kids playing. That's not And once again, but then again, I didn't go to like a war, the Iraq War. Some people went to. I didn't do any of that stuff at all. So, all right, Upanishad next. Thank you. Get some drink. That'll help. Thank you. Okay, one more minute and Upanishad. Thank you. Yeah, I did the hard work of finding it last time. It should be easy to learn. The whole thing should be easy to. That's what I say all the time. Let's just hope. I should pray. Dear God, please let this go peacefully. Let everyone be mindful, please. In King Yahusha's name, Amen. Okay, so I'm looking at 17, and they're short slokas. Easy stuff. And after this is Kalki Purana, and that's it. Yeah, reading Sanskrit is very easy actually if you know, the problem, like I used to do this, I used to be this in public. I think one guy tried to stab me, a Hispanic guy, and a Jewish guy was watching, and I was like, you're not helping me? Like, he's trying to stab me. And I'm like evading his knives and everything. I don't read this in public anymore. This is America. It's not, Mexico. Happened about 2 years ago. Yeah, I stopped doing this in public. No way, man. You gotta have like 7 bodyguards. One guy tried to stab me for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Like, it was long. I was evading all this crazy stuff. And this Jewish guy was watching it from a distance. I was like, you're not helping? Here we go. No, Shaka, no, Shalom. 2 or 3 years ago. 22 or 23. No, Shaka, no, Shalom. Crazy times, the COVID times. Diviti yotiayahe. Yunjanahe Pratamam Manasatadavayam Savitang Tiahe. Agonel Jyotirni Chayam Prativyan Atya Parat. Yokutana Manasang Vayam Davasya Savituha Savem Suvalgayang Yang Shakodiang Yokutuvayam Manasang Devana Suvariato Tiang Divame Purahajotiha Karishyotaha Savitang Parasupangati Tangane Yunjate Mana Utang Yunjate Tio Viprang Viprasya Purahato Vipashechitaha Vi Hotrang Datem Payunang Bidakam Payunang Bidakam Inamahi Davasya Savituha Parishatotiha. Once more. Vi Hotrang Datem Payunang Bidakam Inamahi Devasya Savituha Parishatotiha. Yuja Pang Brahma Pulyam Namo Pilshu Vishulokam Namo Pil Vishulokam Etu Patyevam Sureha Patyevam Namo Pil Vishulokam Yuja Pang Brahma Pulyam Namo Pil Vishulokam Etu Patyevam Sureha Shuranam Vanantu Vishave Amuratasya Puturang Ya Tamani Divyani Tasituha Agni Riatra Pimatyate Payuriatra Tirutyate Somo Yatra Dirityate Yatra Dirityate Tatara Sanjayate Manaha Somo Yatra Dirityate Tatara Sanjayate Manaha Savitrang Prasavena Jushwatam Brahma Pulvyam Jushwatam Once more. Savitrang Prasavena Jushwatam Brahma Pulvyam Yatram Yonim Gurunavaset Na Hite Pul Tamakushwit Patte Sometimes I stumble when there's a spiritual obstacle, like a blockage. And the saying it removes the blockage, which is the crazy part, miracle part. Okay. やったら4人来るのばせ3引いてボール玉こしいパって Dirirunatam Sutapia Samam Shariram Hurudina Diriyanui Manasanga Sananibashyam. I said it like Satan would. That was so crazy. I'll do it again because I don't know. That didn't sound human. Dirirunatam Sutapia Samam Shariram Hurudina Diriyanui Manasanga Sananibashyam. Oof, whoosh, whoosh. Brahmodupana Prataratam Biduvan Surutam Si Sarvanui Payanakani. Halfway through. Brahmodupana Prataratam Biduvan Surutam Si Sarvanui Payanakani. Pranana Prapidvuyaham. Why? Is that the? Yes, it is. Okay. Dvuyaham. Prapidvuyaham. Samyukata chashataha. Kushwinwe pranwe. Nasikayocha chuvasitam. Nasikayocha chuvasitam. Shloka 9, by the way. Pranana. Prapidvuyaham. Dvuyaham. Pranana Prapidvuyaham Samyukata Chashataha Kushwinwe Pranwe Nasikayosha Chuvasitam. Almost. Nasikayosha Chuvasitam. Pranana Prapidvuyaham Samyukata Chashataha Kushwinwe Pranwe Nasikayosha Chuvasitam. Dushirta Shiva Yukutamivam Bahamyemenam Biduvana Manu Tarayata Pramatataha Tarayata Pramatataha Bahamenam Dushirta Shiva Yukutamivam Bahamenam Biduvana Manu Tarayata Pramatataha. Āmēn Drusham Shucham Shakarang Bahani Likan Bibajitem Shabuddha Jalan Shrayan Dipiha Shakarang Bahani Likan Bibajitem Āmēn Shucham Shakarang Bahani Likan Bibajitem Shakarang Bahani Likan Bibajitem Āmēn Shucham Shakarang Bahani Likan Bibajitem Shabuddha Jalan Shrayan Dipiha Manonuku Lena Tu Jagoshopi Donem. Wow, I did it right. This is what happens when you doubt yourself. You know, you grade yourself less than you grade other people. That's a sin too. Jagoshopi Donem Guhani Vang Shrayanwe Payojayatem Guhani Vang Shrayanwe Jagoshopi Donem. Okay. Manonuku Lepna Tu Jagoshopi Donem Guhani Vang Shrayanwe Payojayatem. Okay, I just want to check how many more. Just did 10. 7 left. They get hotter if you look. Like this is about 15 syllables. That's about like 17, 18 syllables. Okay, give me 30 seconds. Thank you. All right, I did it mentally. Ha ha ha, not wasting time. Ni hara tu mai ka ni la na la na. That's what I get for trying to be clever. Ni hara tu mai ka ni la na nam. Ke diota bidyuta sapatwika shari shashi nam. Almost. Ke diota bidyuta sapatwika shashi nam. Ni hara tu mai ka. Ni hara tu mai ka ni la na la. La na la na la na la na. Ni hara tu mai ka ni la na. Ni hara tu mai ka ni la nam. Kadiota vidyuta sapatoika shashi nam. Etani rupanui puraha saranui brahmanuya pivyakati karanui yogem. Putibhyam putejo nilakem. Samutatetem panchatamakem. Yoga gunuem paravaratatem panchatamakem samutatitem samutatakem. But sorry, shloka 12. Pratibhyapatejo nilakem. Pratibhyapatejo nilakem. Samutatitem panchatamakem. Yoga gunuem paravaratatem. Na tasyam yogo na charang na murtiyuha prapatasya yoga ganimayam shariram yoga ganimayam. Oh, wow. Yoga ganimayam. Okay. Na tasya yogo na charang na murtiyuha prapatasya yoga ganimayam shariram. Rakutvam rogyamaloru patvam paina prasadaha savara saushartavam cham. Savara saushartavam paina prasada. Okay. Rakutvam rogyamaloru patvam malolu. Rakutvam rogyamaloru patvam almost. Rakutvam rogia. Rakutvam rogyamaloru. Rakutvam rogyamaloru patvam paina prasadaha savara saushartavam cham. Ganantaha Shupo Mudra Puri Shamarupam Yoga Paravaratatim Pratamam Padanati Putpo Mudra Puri Shamarupam Ganantaha Shupo Mudra Puri Shamarupam Yoga Paravaratatim Pratamam Padananti. Tataiva Bimambam Muruda Yopam Liputam Tejomayam Prajatem Tata Suthatama Prajate Tejomayam Muruda Yopa Liputam Tataiva Bimambam Buddha Yolipam Tataiva Bimambam Muruda Yopa Liputam Tejomayam Prajate Tata Suthanantama Tadavantamatatatavam Prasami Kushoya Tehi Ekaha Kurataito Pavate Pitashokaha. Okay, 3 more. Yada Tamatavanatu Brahma Tatatavam Dipopame Neham. Dipopame Neham Yukutaha Parapashyata. Brahma Tattva. Yadata Mata Tattvanam Tattvanam. Yeah, did it right? I see. I'm down. Same thing. Yadata Matat. Yadata Mata Tattvanatu Brahma Tattvam Dipopameneham Yukataha Parapashyate. Dipopameneha. Okay, yeah, one more. Yadata Mata Tattvanam. Yadata Mata Tattvanatu Brahma Tattvam Dipopameneham. Meneha, that's where I must. Okay, Meneha. Okay. Yadata Matatatevanam to Brahmatatatevam di Popameneham Yukataha Prapashyate Ajam Truvam Saivatatevai Pishudatam Chinyatavai Tavam Mujatem Savapang Herb Saivatatevai Vishudatam Saivatatevai Vishudatam. Okay. Ajam Truvam Saivatatevai Vishudatam Chinyatavai Tavam Mujate Savapang Herb Ifro ha deva her paradishonu saivanga he. Ifro ha deva her paradishonu saivanga he. Boivo ha jangata her sa u gaipe ananta her. Sang eva jangata her sa jani shuyamana her patianga jana sati shurtati saivatomukha her. Jana Siddhi Shirtati, Sajana Siddhi Shirtati, Saivatomukha, Sang Evan Janataha, Sang Jani Shuyamanaha, Pratyanga, Jana Siddhi Shirtati, Saivatomukha. Last shloka. It's a little bit longer than I expected. 20 minutes. Yo Devo Agneo Yopusu Yo Peshavam Puvanama Vivesham Yopusu Yo Devo Agneo Yopusu Yo Peshavam Puvanama Vivesham Yang Osha Tishu Yom Vanasa Patishu Dasamai Devaya Namo Namaha. Sorry. No, Shaka. No, Shaka. Okay, one more. Last sentence. Ya Oshati Shu Yom Vanasapati Shu Dasamai Devaya Namo Namaha. Namaste. Okay, done. After this is Kalki Purana. Sometimes it's really short. Means maybe 20 minutes after that I'm done. This, I mean 20 minutes after, Kalki Purana. Shouldn't be longer than 30 minutes as far as I could tell. Shouldn't be longer than 30. So the entire session should be shorter than an hour and 45 minutes, which is what I want. Okay. Second Adhyaya. Savitra, the inspirer, first controlling mind and thought for truth, discerned the light of Agni, fire, and brought it out of the earth. With mind controlled, we are in the inspiration of the god Savitra for heaven and strength. With mind, having controlled the powers that unto bright heaven through thought do go, may Savitra inspire them, that they may make a mighty light. The sages of the great wise sage control their mind and control their thoughts. The one who knows the rules has arranged the priestly functions. Mighty is the coarse praise of the god Savitra. I join your ancient prayer with adorations. My verses go forth like suns upon their course. All the sons of the immortal listen, even those who ascended to heavenly stations. Where the fire is being kindled, where the wind is applied thereto, where the soma overflows, there is inspiration born. With Savitra as the inspirer, one should delight in the ancient prayer. If there thou make thy source, the former besmears thee not. Besmears thee not. Holding his body steady with the three erect, and causing the senses with the mind to enter into the heart. A wise man with the Brahma abode should cross over all the fear-bringing streams. Having repressed his breathings here in the body and having his movements checked, one should breathe through his nostrils with diminished breath. Like that chariot yoked with vicious horses, his mind the wise man should restrain undistractedly. In a clean level spot, free from pebbles, fire, and gravel, by the sound of water and other propinquities, favorable to thought, not offensive to the eye, in a hidden retreat protected from the wind, one should practice yoga. Fog, smoke, sun, fire, wind, fireflies, lightning, a crystal, a moon. These are the preliminary appearances which produce the manifestation of Brahma in yoga. When the fivefold quality of yoga has been produced, arising from earth, water, fire, air, and space, no sickness, no old age, no death has he, who has obtained a body made out of the fire of yoga. Lightness, healthiness, steadiness, clearness of countenance, and pleasantness of voice, sweetness of odor, and scanty excretions. These, they say, are the first stage in the progress of yoga. So I guess you pee less. That was a joke. Even as a mirror stained by dust shines brilliantly when it has been cleansed, so the embodied one, on seeing the nature of the soul, becomes unitary, is unattained, from sorrow freed. One with the nature of the self, as with the lamp, a practicer of yoga beholds here the nature of Brahman, unborn, steadfast, from every nature free. By knowing God, one is released from all fetters. That God faces all the quarters of heaven, aforetime was he born, and he it is within the womb. He has been born forth, he will be born. He stands opposite creatures, having his face in all directions. The God who is in fire, who is in water, who has entered into the whole world, who is in plants, who is in trees, to that God be adoration, ye be adoration. Okay. Next and last is Kalki Purana. 2 minutes, thank you. Okay, I still need to take a break. There's no digital copy of the Kalki Purana. The ones that I found are horrible. 3 copies that I found, digital copies, and no good. So I'm gonna get that and also take a little break. I hope that it's no longer than half an hour from now. It should be really short. I'm reading faster, you know. I'm walking better, reading better. Sorry. Thank you. 2 minutes. Okay. Kalki Purana, Book 1, Chapter 7, or actually Part 2, Chapter 1. How do I do this? Alright, so I will follow the book, so I'll call it Book 2. Chapter 1 starts today. I saw how long it was. It's about 47 shlokas, but don't worry. It looks a lot easier than the one before with the Upanishad. Okay, 30 seconds, thank you. Okay, here we go. Part 2. Dvitiyam shaha sutta upancham iti padma vachah shrutavang kiro tirah satam matah kalkidutah sakhi matye satitam padma matha bravit pada padume 상응가 부장 하레라드 부탁할만한 문문 마다 받으면 상응가 부장 하레라드 부탁할만한 야마스타야 비타네나 자라미 부바나트라야마 바드무방참 에밤 바다디케샤는담 티아드방담 자가디시바라마 불나드망 대시콤 무람 마는드람 자파티 마는드라비트 자파다 나는 따람 자파다 나는 따람 다는더 브라나팀 마티맘 샤시짜라트 슈짜라트 자파다 나는 따람 다는더 브라나팀 마티맘 슈짜라트 비슈바크 세나디가 나는 뚜 다트드방엠 비슈누 니베디타마 비슈누 니베디타마 비슈바크 세나디가 나는 뚜 다트드방엠 비슈누 미네카 니베디타마 비슈누 니베디타마 비슈바스네 순 비슈바크 세나디가 나는 뚜 다트드방엠 비슈누 니베디타마 Tata udubang siang hurudaya sunapayana manasaham nirutyana kayana harilnamatam pashyana sarvataha satitam tataha shashvam masutatyana masutakrutuvang naivedya pugu pavet tataha shasham 마스타케나 그르트방아 나이베디아 푸그파베트 이티에 따트 까티탐 기라 까말라나 타세바나메 사카마나임 까마푸라마까마 무르타다야까메 슈로트라 나는다카람 대바가는 탈바나라 흐르트 뿌리야마 대바가는 탈바나라 흐르트 뿌리야마 슈로트라 나는 다카람 대바가는 탈바나라 흐르트 뿌리야마 슈칸 우방점 사미리탐 슈루탐 상아트비 I have to read it again. Sometimes God lets me know you have to do it. 슈로트라 나는 다카람 슈로트라 나는 다카람 대바가는 탈바나라 흐르트 뿌리야마 Shukam Uvancham Samiritam Shrutam Santavi Bhagavad Bhagati Lakashanama. So there's spiritual blockage. Just removed. Samiritam Shrutam Santavi Bhagavad Bhagati Lakashanama. Devata Prasadante Papino me Girasya Puvi Bhugutidama. Kinentu Devam Kanchana Namayim Kanchana Mayim Pratimam Ratana Pushwitam. Kinentu Devam Kanchana Mayim Pratimam Ratana Pushwitam. Sajivami Vam Pashyami Dulapam Rupinuim Shriyam. Namyam Pashyami Sadarashim Rupashila Gunoisitapam. Nanyo Yogyo Gunoim Paltetan Pavanepi Na Durusyatem. Kinentu Pare Samudrasya Paramashacharya Rupavane. Paramashacharya. Okay. Kinentu Pare Samudrasya Paramashacharya Rupavane. Gunavani Shivaraha Sakushat Kashachid Durashito Nima Timanushaha. Durashito Timanushaha. Gunavani Shivaraha Sakushat Kashachida. Gunavani Shivaraha Sakushat Kashachida Durashitoti Manushaha. No, okay. Shloka 12, by the way. Na hi ta turkaratam manye shariram sarvasauphagam. Yasya Shri Vasudevasya Nanantaram Dhyana Yogatah. Tuvayang Dhyatam tu Yadrupam Vishnuramita Tejasah. Tatu Sakashat Kurtamityevam Na Tatra Kayadanantaram. Padumuvancham Puruhi Tanamama Kim Kutura Chatah Kira Paraparama. Chanasi Tatakuratam Kaima Pisutare Notram Kalnoya Balnoya. I effed it up. Pisutare Notram Chanasi Tatakuratam Kaima Pisutare Notram Balnoyam. Purukashodan Kachacha Pujam Te Karomi Pritibotitam. Bijapura Palaharam Guru Satu Payaha Pibam. I have to read it again. Purukashodan Kachacha Pujam Te Karomi Pritibotitam. Tam. Okay. Purukashodan Kachacha Pujam Te Karomi Pritibotitam. Bijapura Palaharam Bijapura Palaharam Guru Satu Payaha Pibam. Tavan Chanchuyugam Padmaraga Darunam Bujujubalama. Ratna Samkakretuita Maham Karomi Manasaha Priyame. Ratna Samkatatuita Maham. Ratna Samkatatui. Ratna Samkatatui Maham Tuita. Ratna Samkatatuita Maham Karomi Manasaha Priyame. Mic check, okay, cool. Garantanam
Surya kanantena manu inange sebana katutu inange karomiya chadanam jaru mokotang piha pakushatim tavan patatram kunguku kungukumena ngam saura pano di chitritama saura pena di chitritama patatram kungukumena ngam saura pena di chitratama chitritama patatram kungukumena patatram kungukumena saura pena di chitritama. Oh, one more. Diddy. There's the blockage. Patataram kungukumenangam saura pena di chitritama. Karomi nayana nananda yakam rupami drushama. Karomi nayana nananda da yakam. Karomi nayana nananda da yakam rupami drushama. Chamanui brata kare nati shi shabuditama. Chamanui brata kare nati shabuditama. Chamanui brata kare nati shabuditama. Chamanui brata kalkarena ti shabaditama. Chamanui brata kalkarena ti shabaditama. Almost. Ditama. Chamanui brata kalkarena ti shabaditama. Vadayol nu Purana palam pinam tuvam karomiyahama. Vadayol nu Purana palam pinam tuvam karomiyahama. Tabang murtakatha bratatyakatam tim shanti mamiham. Tabang murtakatha bratatyakatam shanti mamiham. Sakhi piha samgata pisata kim karishumi taduvadam. Halfway. 21 now. It gets hotter. Iti padma bachaha shurtubang tadanandika munogana kataha mupana kataha tadanandika mupana kataha. Iti padma vachaha shurtubang tadanandika mupana kataha. Kiro tiraha prasananatamang prabhakata mupapacha chakramem prabhakata mupana chakramem prabhakata mupachakrame. Kiro tiraha prasananatamang prabhakata mupana chakramem prabhakata mupachakrame. Kiro tiraha prasananatamang prabhakata mupachakrame. Kiro tiraha prasananatamang prabhakata mupachakrame. Prabhakata mupachakrame. Kiro tiraha prasananatamang prabhakata mupachakrame. Oh my God. So definitely some spiritual blockage regarding that linguistic, neurology, whatever you call it. Kiro tiraha prasananatamang prabhakata mupachakrame. If something breaks as a result of me pronouncing it correctly, I am not at fault. Don't blame me, please. Kiro tiraha prasananatamang prabhakata mupachakrame. Oh, almost. Next one, I think. I'm going to take a little break after this sentence. Kiro tiraha prasananatamang prabhakata mupachakrame. 30 seconds, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna try to rush. Not rush, but hard to describe. Anyway, here you go. Shloka 22. Kirang Ubangcham Brahmana Pratitaha Shri Shom Mahakarunuikom Bapel Mahakarunuikom Brahmana Pratitaha Shri Shom Mahakarunuikom Bapel Samampale Vishnu Yashaso Guruhe Tamari Rakushwishuha Tamari Rakushwishuha. One more. Samampale Vishnu Yashaso Guruhe Tamari Rakushwishuha Jatulpil Pratara Piljanyagi Dikotrajaiha Parivaritaha Jatulpil Pratara Piljanyati Kotrajaiha Parivaritaha Gurtopanayanom Vedayatitiam Rama Sananidham Rama Sanan Vedamatitiam Veda Gurtopanayanom Gurtopanayanom Vedamatitiam Rama Sananidham Danulvedancham Ganentaivam Shiva Dashiva Masim Shukame. Almost. Shloka 24. Tanulvedancham Ganentaivam Shiva Dashiva Masim Shukame. Shiva Dashiva Masim Shubham. Tanulvedancham Ganentaivam Shiva Dashiva Masim Shukame. Gabachancham Baram Labateva Shaman Palam Punara Gataha Gabachancham Baram Labateva Shaman Palam Punara Gataha Gabachancham Baram Labateva Shaman Palam Punara Gataha. 25. Pishakayu Bapu Banglam Prapya Shikusha Shi Bisheshataha Shikusha Bisheshataha Pishakayu Bapu Banglam Prapya Shikusha Bisheshataha Taimana Kyayam Yang or Yang? Oof. I'm gonna do two versions. They did a horrible job, but this video, it's not yet. Taimana Kyayam Matimane Taimam Shecham Dira Karote. Dira Karote. Taimana Kyayam Taimana Kyaya Matimane Taimam Shecha Dira Karot. Brain freeze. Taimana Kyaya Matimane Taimam Shecha Dira Karot. Dira Karot. Brain fart. Sorry. They spelled it so like poorly. Printed it so poorly. I mean, I can't even tell what it is. Taimana Kyayam Kyaya. Taimana Kyaya Matimane Taimam Shecha Dira Karot. Moving on. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to fix their mistake. You have to pay me to do that. Iti Padamai Dada Kyanam Nishamya Mudita Nanang. What else can it be? Kyaya. I'll do it one more time. Taimana Kyaya Matimana Taimam Shecha Niro Karot. One more. Taimana Kyaya Matiman Atalmam Shecha Dira Karote. Okay, that was correct. Whatever's written there. Ya is really questionable. It's printed very, very poorly. Iti Padamam Tadang Kyanam Nishamya Muditananam Parasata Payama Sa Shukam Karkerana Yana Durtangim Karkerana Yana Durtangim Parasata Payama Sa Shukam Karkerana Yana Durtang Pushagituvang Subalaratana Isitamudvang Cham Kurtan Jaliha Subalaratana Isitamuvang Cham Pushagituvang Subalaratana Isitamuvang Cham Kurtan Jaliha Padamuvang Cham Niveditam tu Janasi Kimanyat Kathayamyahama. One more. Niveditam tu Janasi Kimanyat Kathayamyahama. Satri Pava Payabhi Tatma Yadi Yanati Sapafu. Satri Pava Payabhi Tat Satri Pava Payabhi Tatma Yadi Nayati Saprapuha. Something's fatiguing. I don't know what's going on. Satri Pava Payabhi Tatma Yadi Nayati Saprapuha. Tatapi me Kamadoshwat Pranatim Katayushasi. The last syllable I messed up. Katayushasi. Tatapi me Kamadoshwat Pranatim Katayushasi. Shivana yo paro tatataha sa me shapo pavat kila. Shloka 30. Pumsam Madadarshanena pi stri pang kamataha shaka. Pumsam Madadarshanena Pumsam Madadarshanena pi stri pang kamataha shukam. Shurtuvati Padamama Manantariya Pranamiya Cham Punaha Pranamiyam. Padamama Shurtuvati Padamama Manantariya Pranamiya Cha Punaha Ududuyam Prayayao Kiraha Shamampalam Kalaki Tamangatam Sama Kalnuya Ki Kalkiha Para Puranjayaha Tamagatam Sama Kalnuya Kalkiha Para Punjayataha Para Puranjayaha Tamagatam Sama Kalnuya Kalkiha Para Puranjayaha. Oh wow, so there's a blockage at Para Puran. Tamagatam Sama Kalnuya Kalkiha Tamagatam Sama Kalnuya Kalkiha Para Puranjayaha. Guru Due Kurtuvang Dadaishatam Sabalna Ratana Viphu Shuitama. Sabalna Ratana Viphu Shuitama. Guru Due Kurtuvang Dadaishatam Sabalna Ratana Viphu Shuitama. Guru Due Kurtuvang Dadaishatam Sabalna Ratana Viphu Shuitama. Sananandam Paramanandada Yakam Prahatam Tadang. One more. Sananandam Paramanandada Yakam Prahatam Tadang. Kalkiha Paramatejasvi Tarasiminan Namalam Shukame. Tarasiminan Namalam Paramatejasvi. Kalkiha Paramatejasvi Tarasiminan Namalam Shukame. One more. Kalkiha Paramatejasavi Parasaminan Namalam Shukamam Pujayitavangam Karem Saparashatavangam they might have spelled it wrong. Two versions. Pujayitavangam Kare Saparashatavangam Payahapanena Talpayana. Okay, now second version. Pujayitavangam Kare Saparashatavangam Payahapanena Talpayana. I think the first version is correct. Pujayitavangam Kare Saparashatavangam Payahapanena Talpayana. Okay. Tanumukham Sivamukham Tadutavanga Paprachacham Bibitang He Katang He Tasumada Dashaja Jaditavanga Devam Durashatavanga Poevam Kimagata. I can't believe they spelled it like that though. It's not Durashatavanga, they spelled it Durashatavanga. I don't know. Okay. 34 shloka right now. Shloka 34. 47 is the last one. It doesn't help me. Anyway, two versions. Kasamada Dashaja Jaditavanga Devam Durashatavanga Pul Kasamada Dashaja Jaditavanga Devam Durashatavanga Pulvam Kimagatahu. You know what? I think that's the correct. I'm moving on. I'm not gonna waste time. I'm not gonna waste time because of other people's mistakes. Kutro Shwitaha Kuto Labatam Manuikan Jana Pushanama. Kutro Shwitaha Kuto Kutro. Wow, I did it correctly. That's crazy. Kutro Shwitaha Kuto Labatam Manuikan Jana Pushanama. Aihanisham Milanam Panchitam Mama Savatah Aihanisham Milanam Aihanisham Milanam Panchitam Mama Savatah Tavana Lokananapi Kushanam Yugavada Pavetim. The devil. Shloka 37 right now. Almost done. Yeah. 10 shlokas left. I'm going to take a little break. It's only going to get harder. That's the pattern with Kalki Purana. I've read this several times now. It just gets harder from now. So. Okay, give me 1 minute. Thank you. There's a digital, no, there is no digital copy for nothing. So yeah, I gotta read from this translation because I don't trust the other one. No, I could read from the other translation. A water warning, they mistranslated some shlokas, for sure. I found it, yeah. For example, instead of saying exactly what it was, they made up like a rule for it. Like you shouldn't drink or something like that. They made up some rule, and I was like, what are you doing? Okay, Shloka 37. Wow. Iti Karitelvachah Shurtavanga Pranoipatya Shukon Purushama Kathayamasa Padmayah Katha Pulvoditang Yata. Oh, so close. Kathayamasa Padmayah Katha Pulvoditang Yatang. Sambadaya Sambadamatmanasutas Sambadamatmanasutasyam Dijalangankara Taranama Saivam Tad Panayama Satasya Pranati Pulvakama. 39. Shurtuvati Vachanam Karakiha Shukena Sahito Mudang Jagama Devarito Shivanam Shiva Datatena Tanamana Shiva Datatena Jagama Devarito Shivanam Shiva Datatena Tanamana Samudra Para Mamalam Simhalam Jala Sangankulam Simhalam Jala Sangankulam Samudra Para Mamalam Simhalam Jala Sangankulam. One more. Samudra Para Mamalam Simhalam Jala Sangankulam Na Bima Nala Hulam Bahulam Pasavaram Manuikan Janaiha. Shloka 40, by the way, second part, second sentence. Almost done. Wow, very fast today. Very happy. Na Bima. I'm happy because I'm finishing. What kind of streamer is that? Anyway. Na Bima na Bahulam. Na Bima na Bahulam. Pasavaram Manuikan Janaiha. Pasada sadana goreshu patakara torana kulam pataka torana kulam pataka torana kulam prasada sadana goreshu pataka torana kulam shirenui sapha panam banatutela pura gopura manunduitama Shirenui Sapha Pano La Pura Gopura Manunduitama Shirenui Sapha Pano La Pura Gopura Manunduitama Shirenui Sapha Pano La Pura Gopura Manunduitama Shirenui Sapha Pana La Puga Pura Gopura Manunduita Pura Gopura Manunduitama. Okay. I should get it right pretty soon. Shirenui Sapha Pana La Pura Gopara Gopura Pura Gopura Manunduitama. Okay. Shirenui Sapha Pana La Gopura Shirenui Sapha Pana La Pura Gopura Manunduitama. Very hard. Shirenui Sapha Pana Lam. Shirenui Sapha Pana Lam. Shirenui Sapha Pana. Shirenui Sapha Pana La Pura Gopura Manunduitama. La Pura Gopura Manunduitama. Shirenui Sapha Pana La Pura Gopura Manunduitama. Thank you, God. Borasatari Padamini Padamagananta Modad Vire Pinuime. Borasatari Padamini Padamagananta Modad Vire Pinuime. Modad Vire Pinuime. Borasatari Padamini Borasatari Padamini Padamagananta Modad Vire Pinuime. Yay, thank you, God. Purim Garumatim Tatra Dadarsha Puratah Satitam. Marala Jala Manchala Bilodlam Kamalanantaram. It gets only harder. Well, it gets really, really hard, and then it slows down at the end. So I'm at the climax of the difficulty level. Generally speaking, not all chapters, but I've read this several times, and I found this to be true. Generally speaking, Marala jala sanjala bilo la kamala anantarame. Marala jala manjala bilo la kamala antarame. Marala jala manjala bilo la kamala antarame. Lana dama. Marala jala man. Marala jala sanjala bilo la kamala antarame. Marana jana sanjana bilola kamalan and tarama. Thank you, God. Unmi lita bujamala lika lita kulitam sarah. And then it slows. Oh no, more. It's just hard. It only gets harder. Unmi lita bujamala li kalita kulitam. Unmi bujamala li kalita kulitam sarah. Unmi bujamala li kalita kulitam sarah. Jalakuk kuttadatiu hanaditam hamsasara saya. Jalakuk kuttadatiu hanaditam hamsasara saya. Tadashang sebaca chapayasam lahari lola bijitam sebaca chapayasam. Tadashang sebaca chapaya. Tadashang sebaca chapaya. Are you kidding me? I can't say bang. American, they can't say bang, they say pan. Tadashang sebaca chapaya sang lahari lola bijitam. Tadashang sebaca chap. Oh my God, I can't even say chan. Tadashang sebaca chapaya sang. Oh my God. Tadashang sebaca chapaya sang lahari lola bijitam. Okay, definitely taking a little break after this sentence. Shloka 44. I have 3 shlokas left only after this. Tadasham sebaca chapayasam bush. Tadasham sebaca chapa. Tadasham sebaca chang. Tadasham sebaca chapayasam lahari lola bijitam. Rahari lola bijit. Rahali. Tadasham sebaca chapayasam lahari lola bijit. Lahari. That's another one. Lahari. Tadasham sebaca chapayasam lahari. Li. Yeah, you can mispronounce it in Sanskrit. It says li, it doesn't say li. So, it's not li, it's ri. So I have to say it correctly. Tadasham sebaca chapayasam. Tadasham sebaca chayapaya. Sebaca chapa. Tadasham sebaca chapayasam lahari lola bijitam. Rahari. Tadasham sebaca chapayasam lahari lola bijitam. Moving on. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna 3 shlokas left. I'll take a little more medicine so I could get through it. Thank you.
So yeah, I guess I'll read the translation from the other book, not this one. I guess I switched it up. Alright. 3 shlokas left. Shloka 45. 47 is the last one. It's only gonna get hotter. It's a pattern with Kalki Purana. It only gets hotter, generally speaking, except with the exception of a few chapters. It just gets hotter and hotter and hotter. And I go, oh my god, what is that thing? Okay, here we go. Vanam kadamamba kududang la shalata la barakesaraiha kapitata shivatata kai. Okay, so God doesn't let me pass. I said it correctly, but Vanam kadamamba kududang la shalata la barakesaraiha. I don't know if I could do better than that though. Vanam kadamamba kududang la shalata la barakesaraiha. Burakesa. Yeah. Cool, yeah. Kapitata Shivatata Kaljura Bijapura Karanja Kaya. Kapitata Shivatata Kaljura Bijapura Karanja Kaya. Kapitata Shivatata Kaljura Bijapura Karanja Kaya. The equivalence of like somebody falling while running, something like that. Kapitata Shivatata Kaljura Bijapura Karanja Kaiha. Stumbling or fumbling in football. Kapitata Shivatata Kaljura Bijapura Karanja Kaiha. Pura Karanja Kaiha. Pura Karanja Kaiha. Kapitata Shivatata Kapitata Shivatata Kapitata Shivatata time. Kapitata Shivatata Kaljura Bijapura Karanjaraiha Jakaiha. Kapitata Shivatata Kaljura Bijapura Karanjakaiha. Once more. Kapitata Shivatata Kaljura Bijapura Karanjakaiha. Bijapura. Wow, okay. Sorry. Wow, good boy. Punana Gapana Sailna Rangangairajuna Shimshapaya. I'm telling you, it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter, and then it gets easier at the end. Punana Gapana Sailna Rangangairajuna Shimshapaya. Punana Gapana Sailna Rangangairajuna Shimshapaya. Punana Gapana Sailna Naigara. Sailnagara. Punana Gapana Sailna Ganagara. Punana Gapana Sailna Garangairajuna Shimshapaya. Yes, if you hear something not unnatural, yeah, there's definitely spiritual blockage. Punana Gapana Sailna Rangangail. Punana Gapana Sailna Rangangail Gaira. Rangangaira Juna Shimshapaya. Punana Gapana Sailna Rangangaira Juna Shimshapaya. Punana Gapana Sailna Nagara. Punana Gapana Sailna Rangangaira Juna Shimshapaya. Very close. Punana Gapana Sailna Rangangaira Juna Shimshapaya. Punana Gapana Sailna Rangangaira Juna
Punana kapana saina garang. Punana kapana saina ragang. Punana kapana saina garang gai raljuna shimshapaiha. One more. Punana kapana saina garang gai raljuna shimshapaiha. Punana kapana saina garang gai raljuna shimshapaiha. Gairarjuna. Okay. Punana kapana saina garang gairam. Punana kapana saina garang gairam. Punana kapana saina garang gairarjuna shimshapaiha. All right. Okay, so now it gets easier. Karamukai nang rike laishijam nang aburakusho pasho pitame. Once more. Karamukai nang rike laishi. Karamukai nang rike laishijam nang aburakusho pasho pitame. Panam tadarsha ruchiram Pushipadalam Abharatam. Really? I have to do that. I did it correctly, God. Gramukai Nangarike Laishijam. Gramukai Nangarike Laishijam. Nang Abharakusho Pashopitam. Gramukai Nangarike Laishijam. Nang Abharakusho Pashopitam. Oh my God. I see, okay. Gramukai Nangarike Laishijam. Nang aburakusho pashopitam. Okay, moving on. Panam tadarshan ruchiram pala pushipadalang varatama. Pala pushipadalang varatama. Panam tadarshan ruchiram pala pushipadalang varatama. Pala pushipadalang varatama. Panam tadarshan ruchiram pala pushipadalang varatama. Okay. Final shloka. I can't believe it. Wow. It's very, very difficult. Drashitavangam Rushtanattanuha Drashitavanga Rushtatanuha Shukam Sakarunaha Karikiha Puranante Vane Praha Pritikaram Vachotra Sarasi Snata Vyamityam Abdataha. Almost. Snata Vyamityam Sarasi Vachotra Pritika Terashatavang Hurashatanuha Shukam Sakarunaha Karikiha Puranante Pane Praha Pritikaram Vachotra Sarasi Snata Vyamityam Abdataha. Terashatavang Hurashatanuha Shukam Sakarunaha Karikiha Puranante Panem Praha Pritikaram Pachotram Sarasi Snata Vyamityam Abdataha. That one was good. I could move on. Something says I should do it again. It's a pattern. Terashatavang Hurashatanuha Shukam Sakarunaha Karikiha Puranante Vane Praha Pritikaram Pachotram Sarasi Snata Vyamityam Abdataha. Alright, last sentence. Final sentence. Tatachrutavang Vinayana Vitaha Prapumatam Yamiti Padamashramam Tat Sananda Shamiha Prayana Matuna Kadvang Sa Kirobadat Kadva Prayana Matuna Tat Sananda Shamiha Prapum Yamiti Tatachrutavang Nyaya Vina Tache Trutubang Binayan Vitahe Prapumatam Prapumatam Tache Trutubang Binayan Vitahe Prapumatam Yang Miti Padma Shramam Tatu Sanandashamiham Parayana Matunai Katuvang Sa Giro Badat. Very close. Once more and then I'm done. Tache Trutuvang Binayan Vitahe Prapumanam. Okay. You know what? It's the last sentence. I'm gonna take a 30-second break. Last sentence, Shloka 47. Tache Trutuvang Binayan Vitahe Prapumatam Yamiti Padma Shramam Tata Sanandashamiham Prayana Matunai Katavang Sa Giro Badat. Okay. Namaste. Iti Shri Kalki Purana Bhagavate Bhavishwe Dvitiyamshe Kalkera Gamana Valnonam Kalkera Gamana Valnonam Nama Prathamotyayahu. Okay, if you came by just to listen to Sanskrit, I'm done reading Sanskrit. I won't read any more Sanskrit live stream until the next session, which is Tuesday. Today's Friday, so it's a few days break. I started reading privately, like a day before a session. I will read maybe a chapter of the Devi Stotra for now. Devi Stotra. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna take a few 2-minute break and then read the translation. Sorry, I'm very tired. I read for 1 hour straight. 50 minutes straight. So yeah, 2 minutes and I'm gonna read the translation. There's a digital copy that I'm gonna read from. This is another translation. They're not. So I'm gonna go with that one for this session. Thank you. 2 minutes. Okay, here we go. This translation is not sectioned. It just treats the entire literature as one book. So this calls it chapter 8.
and the Sanskrit version calls it Book 2, Chapter 1, same thing. Okay, Chapter 8. Weird stuff happens while I'm live streaming. Sutta said, after hearing these instructions from the mouth of Padma, Shuka, who is honored by all saintly persons, very sober and a representative of Lord Kalki, said, O Padma, kindly describe the various limbs of Lord Hari's worship. I will perform them as I travel throughout the three worlds. Padma said, a devotee who is well versed in the chanting of manantras should meditate on Lord Hari as I have described, beginning from his lotus feet and gradually rising to his head, while accepting him as the Lord of the universe and the super soul of all living beings. Thereafter he should faithfully chant the Mula Manantram. A pious devotee should offer his obeisances to the Lord after chanting the Mula Manantra, falling flat onto the ground. He should then offer the remnants of Lord Vishnu's food to his associates, such as Vishivaka Shana, and after doing so, perform Sankirtana by chanting and dancing while perceiving the all-pervading Lord within his heart. Thereafter, the devotee should touch the remnants of the Lord's flower garland to his head and then honor his remnants of food. This is the proper way to worship the Lord of Lakshmi. By worshipping the Supreme Lord in this way, a materialistic devotee will have all of his desires fulfilled, and an unalloyed devotee will attain liberation from material existence. Such worship is very pleasing to the demigods, human beings, and Gananthavas. Shuka said, O Chast One, I have heard with full attention your description of the characteristics of devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Now, by your mercy, I will be able to free myself from all sinful reactions, even though I am not a great devotee. I now see you as a golden deity decorated with jeweled ornament and full of life. By seeing your form, which is very rarely visible in the three worlds, I am convinced that you are none other than Lakshmi. I cannot think of any woman whose beauty, characteristics, and personality are equal to yours. For this reason, it would be very difficult to find a suitable husband for you within the three worlds. And yet, I have found a suitable match for you across the sea. He is all attractive, extraordinarily qualified, and none different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, while gazing up... there's no period. What should I do? While gazing upon his enchanting body, one cannot imagine that it had been made by the Creator. After lengthy deliberation, I have concluded that he is directly the Supreme Lord Hari. I feel within the core of my heart that I have seen the supremely powerful Lord Hari, upon whom you always meditate. I do not find any difference between his form and the form of Lord Hari. Padma said, O parrot, please tell me, where is his place of birth? Where is his place of birth? If you know more about him, then tell me what he has accomplished in his life. O bird, why are you sitting at the top of this tree? Please come down and sit next to me. I will treat you with respect, and so do not be afraid. Come and have some sweet juicy fruit that I brought, and drink some pure water. Alas, how beautiful is your beak, so bright and redder than a ruby. I will be happy to plate your beak with gold. Indeed, I will decorate your neck with the sunstone set in a gold locket. I will cover your wings with pearls and decorate your entire body with marks of fragrant kumukuma. Thus, anyone who sees you will become very pleased. I will decorate your tail with a strand of precious jewels. When you fly through the sky, the strand of jewels will make an enchanting sound. I will decorate your feet with ornaments so that when you walk, there will be the beautiful sound of tinkling bells. My distress has been dissipated by hearing your nectarian words. Now kindly instruct me. What can I do for you?
I and my companions are prepared to do whatever you ask. Upon hearing these words of Padma, Shuka descended from the treetop and spoke as follows. The parrot said, "The supremely merciful Lord of Lakshmi has already made his advent at the house of a great Brahmana named Vishnu Yasha in the village of Shamampala. He has appeared to re-establish the principles of religion, having been requested to do so by his exalted devotees." Having been requested to do so by his exalted devotees. Okay. He is residing with his brothers and other relatives. After his sacred threat ceremony, he went to the ashrama of Parashurama of the Phrugu dynasty, where he mastered the Vedas. He also mastered the arts of discharging arrows and music. He received a sword, horse, parrot, and a shield from Mahadeva as a benediction. Thereafter, he returned home to Shamampala and began helping the king Vishakayupan protect religious principles and destroy those who practice irreligion. Padma said, "O parrot, you know the request that I will make of you. What more can I say? If the Lord refuses to come here, fearing that he might also turn into a woman, then simply convey my obeisances to him and describe everything that has happened as a result of my past misdeeds. Also inform him of how the benediction that Lord Shiva awarded me has now become a curse." The benediction I received from Lord Shiva was that any male who looked at me with lust would immediately turn into a woman. After hearing these statements of Padma, Shuka pacified her and repeatedly offered his obeisances. After giving her sufficient assurances, he flew into the sky and within a short time arrived at the village of Shamampala, which was protected by Lord Kalki. When Lord Kalki, the destroyer of demons, heard the news of Shuka's arrival, he became jubilant. When they met, Lord Kalki placed Shuka upon his lap and thus saw that his entire body was decorated with golden ornaments. The all-powerful Lord Kalki caressed Shuka's body with his left palm and offered him some water to drink. Indeed, the Lord almost touched Shuka's lips with his own, as he said, "My dear Shuka, where have you been during your travels? Where are you coming from just now? What are the wonderful things that you have seen? What were you doing for such a long time? How did you get these jeweled ornaments? I have been longing to meet you throughout the days and nights. Indeed, even a moment of separation from you seemed to me more than a yuga." When the magnanimous Shukan heard these words of Lord Kalki, he repeatedly offered his obeisances, then began speaking, telling everything about his meeting with Padma. He described their conversation and told the story of how she had given him the jeweled ornaments. After hearing everything about Padma from Shukan, Lord Kalki became very attached to her. Without further delay, the Lord mounted the horse that was given to him by Shiva and happily departed for the Simhala island. Simha. This island was situated far across the ocean and thus surrounded by water on all sides. It was thickly populated, many airplanes were seen there, and it shone with the splendor of countless jewels and gold. The city was decorated with many palaces and massive... Sorry, now I'm getting tired. 7 shlokas left. Oof. The city was decorated with many palaces and massive gates. On top of the gates and palaces were placed colorful flags that increased the beauty of the island. There were assembly houses, raised platforms, memorials, domed buildings, and concrete roads. Indeed, there was no end to the beauty of this magnificent city. Soon after Lord Kalki's arrival at Simhala, he gazed upon the city, which was known as Karumati. The city was adorned with a nice lake filled with lotus flowers. The water of the lake was never still, due to the swans that were always swimming here and there. Swarms of Hummingbees came from the nearby forest to drink the honey of the lotus flowers. Many swans, cranes, and other aquatic birds that were swimming in the lake created a very pleasing sound. The cooling breezes skimming across the waves of the lake gave pleasure to the trees and plants growing on the shore. Okay, last section. The forests surrounding the lake contained many varieties of trees, including Kadamamba, Gududala, and Shala. While walking in the forest, Lord Kalki became jubilant by seeing its beauty. With great affection, he said, "My dear Shukam, I want to bathe at this place." Understanding the Lord's intention, Shuka humbly said, "My dear Lord, permit me to go and meet Padma." Thus, Shuka came before Padma and informed her of Lord Kalki's arrival. Thus ends the translation. Thus ends the translation of the book 2 of Sri Kalki Purana, chapter 1, which is entitled The Conversation Between Padma and Shukam, and Lord Kalki goes to Simala. Alright, that's it. Thank you very much. I'm done. Shabbat in a couple of hours here. 2 hours. Yeah, still long. It shouldn't be longer than 1 hour and 45 minutes, in my opinion. Anyway, okay. Whatever. It is what it is for now. I think my skills will improve and I won't repeat, one thing that I need to improve about my Sanskrit thing is I need to stop repeating what I've already said correctly. Just because I didn't like the style, I'm repeating it just because I didn't like the style doesn't mean that I said it wrong. And that's becoming a problem now because it's shouldn't be longer than 1 hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours and 6 minutes, 20 minutes off. Anyway, have a good day. Na shaka, na shalom. Thank you. Shabbat. I don't say Shabbat Shalom until I just said it, until the actual Shabbat. Have a good night.